Welcome to St Mary's Basilica. This afternoon, the City of Greater Geelong and the Geelong Interfaith Group held a service to honour the lives of those folk who lost their lives, unfortunately, in the bushfires. But the major focus of the service was related to renewal of life and moving forward. And I have with me Monsignor James Murray, who is the leader of the Interfaith Group.
Yes, Barbara, it was a very significant celebration of acknowledgement of the sadness and sorrow that many people have experienced in the loss of loved ones and property and special possession, but also, as you said, we're going forward in hope that the tragedy is over and now the hope and rebuilding for the future begins.
Monsignor, would you like to tell the audience exactly who participated in this afternoon's service?
Yes, well, first and foremost, we had the Mayor of the City of Greater Geelong, Councillor John Mitchell, who spoke very warmly and encouragingly of the spirit of this celebration and the commitment of the City of Greater Geelong to the whole concept of, support and encouragement to those, rebuilding their lives as a result of the fires. And secondly, then, the members of the Interfaith Network, so many different faiths, the Muslim people, the Buddhists, the Hindus, the Baha'is, the Jewish people, and other groups too who are very much involved in the life of the Interfaith Network, have all offered prayers in this celebration today.
It was interesting that the service started today, as we normally do, Monsignor, with David Tornier, or one of the members of the Wathaurong Co-op here in Geelong, and of course the Wathaurong are the traditional owners of this land, and David extended a greeting and a welcome to country, which is very important because, after all, it is their country.
And we have a responsibility then to respect their wonderful cultural ancient tradition, and also then to be people who have accept a responsibility to care for this land that is such a precious gift entrusted to us.
Yeah. It's very interesting, amongst those people who perished in the fires on Black Saturday and Black Sunday as well in February, and it seems such a long time ago, were people who actually lived and resided within our region, including one fellow who was an employee of the City of Greater Geelong. So it's been especially significant for our congregation today to remember that and reflect on it.
Exactly, and that's an important contribution that we as citizens of the City of Geelong make to honour their memory and acknowledge their lives in our city.
Monsignor, perhaps it might be good for our audience to know too that we had some wonderful artists sharing our service with us today, and two fantastic singers, and perhaps you would like to tell the audience about that.
Oh yes, we had Tim McCullum, who is so well known as an incredible man with a magnificent talent and an extraordinary story of courage over adversity, and how beautifully he sang, along with Rebecca Hay, who has a beautiful voice also, and a great sense of care and compassion for others, and together with Peter Roberts, who is a remarkable man with a great ministry that he conducts here in Geelong, what might call simply a music therapy, which for people who are sick and perhaps people who are dying, it's a great comfort and peaceful atmosphere that he creates for them. And so Peter on the harp, which is one of the oldest instruments in the world, provided a beautiful link between each of the prayers that were offered.
Many people have contributed to this service today, and we can't thank them enough for the generosity of their time and their endeavours. One such person is a young lady who works for the City of Greater Geelong, and I'm talking about Vima.
Well, as you say, Vima is an important member of this team in the City of Greater Geelong, and we certainly value very much her presence and her involvement in the work of the Interfaith Network.
Yeah. And Vima, of course, went to a Catholic school, and she's a Hindu.
How about that now?
Yeah, it's an amazing mix of cultures and religions, and I think it's again, is very reflective of the multiplicity of different beliefs within our city. So services like today are an opportunity to bring people together, and it's often through adversity that this occurs.
Exactly right, and that's an opportunity for people to to come together and acknowledge that they, one way or another, all are suffering some consequence of the tragedy like the bushfires, but are able to stand together in hope for the future.
And I think hope underpins everything that we've been here and hearing today, is that the city is moving forward, the country is moving forward, and it is going to take a long time to rebuild, but where there is a will, there certainly is a way. So we hope today will bring closure for some people and an opportunity for them to regain their feet and move forward.
Yes. One important sign of that hope and comfort for the future was the contribution of the Leonie Rastus and the members of the Lighthouse Interchurch
Healing
Hands,
yeah.
which the little hearts that they gave out, which people appreciate very much as a sign of support and encouragement.
Yeah, that was a very generous offer. That group's been working very, very hard as well. And just to close, I think you're spot on about Peter's involvement with the harp, and I'm wondering if the particular harp he played on is one of those that he builds himself, because he builds his own harps.
Amazing
He's an amazing man.
That he devoted, and not only in creating the actual instrument, but the beautiful music that flows out from it. Yeah. I think the harp is heavenly music. Yeah.
Monsignor, it would be just tremendous to continue with interfaith services, and I know that is certainly on the table, as we say in council speak, to continue with, and it's not just disasters that will bring us together again in this magnificent church, but certainly.
And we are very grateful, of course, to Father Kevin Dillon and St Mary's Parish for warmly welcoming us here today to conduct this beautiful celebration.
And I can hear rain on the roof, I think.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So thank you very much, and thanks for having us here today. Again, thank you to Vima and to everybody else who has participated, and on behalf of the City of Greater Geelong, we're really very proud and very pleased to have been able to share some of this afternoon.
It's an extraordinary privilege for all of us, I can assure you.
News Geelong thank Monsignor James Murray and Councillor Barbara Abley for that report. Newtown managed to hold off a fast-finishing Lara by 8 points in a brilliant end to round 1 of GFL football at the Lara Recreation Reserve on Saturday. The only game of GFL football on the Easter weekend, the Eagles set up their win with a blistering second quarter performance, as can be seen here. The pressure resulted in Lara making uncharacteristic skill errors as time and time again the Cats failed to penetrate inside their forward 50. Through the run of Newtown and Chilwell's Daniel Goodwin and Ryan Kilday, the Eagles were able to move the ball quickly into their forward line, making it impossible for Lara's defenders to stop. Lee Morrison and Tomo Dwyer made the most of this, kicking 3 goals between them and stretched the Newtown and Chilwell lead out to 18 points. From then on, it was all Newtown and Chilwell as they kicked another 3 unanswered goals, and the game looked to be out of the hands of the struggling Lara. A goalless second quarter looked very possible until Lara's Casey Nance was handed a 50-metre penalty and the shot on goal with only a slight angle. Kicking a great goal, Lara looked like it might be able to gain a bit of momentum just before the break. However, another 2 quick goals, including a dubious 50-metre penalty to Newtown and Chilwell's George Verco, gave Newtown and Chilwell a 42-point lead at the main break. They held on to win the game after a fast-finishing Lara came at them by 8 points.